Thank you! We just become best friends! Yup!
Alfred Demian has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends! Yup!
Patrick Tediak has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends! Yup!
Mass Evans has just boarded the plane.
I want it all, and I want it now!
Fabian Vincent became a member of the cabin crew.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends! Yup!
Azure Fire has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends! Yup!
Nosum has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends! Yup!
Type 323 has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends! Yup!
Shrink Projects has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends! Yup!
Has just boarded the plane.
Yes! Let's get those ads out of the way. So when we start, we don't get ads as much. I think YouTube has changed their logic for ads. I've noticed that when I've streamed the last couple of weeks on YouTube, it goes mental with ads. I do try and skip them, because it does let me know. Yes, we are early today. We definitely are early by a couple of hours. Reasons. So I thought it best, rather than cancel, we just do it a little bit earlier. So, and from what I understand, it's a lot better for the Australians. So it's a win-win today. Where's the book gone? Oh, there it is. Slaves of the Abyss. And yes, that is the one thing that YouTube has over Twitch, is that the ads are skippable for the most part. So, right. Here we go. Ooh. Let's do it. Hello everyone, welcome to another Fighting Fantasy Fun Fest day. Here we got Slaves of the Abyss. It's a brilliant book. Cover illustration is by Terry Oakes. What a cover that is, eh? That is like, yeah. This was written by Paul Mason and Steve Williams. Two writers this has, and the inside illustrations are done by Bob Harvey, and they are pretty cool. They are pretty good. We got some, you know, nice illustrations. I don't remember much about this, but we're in the 30s, guys. This is book 32. We're in the 30s. Dirty 30. Hello guys, how's it going? Let me catch up with chat here. Wargaming Dad, hello, how you doing, mate? Moon Mats, goddamn the Abyss. It's good that they're short. Yeah, you can skip the ads. So I have noticed there's been an increase lately in YouTube ads. So, but I can skip them as well. And if I do see it, I will skip them. But sometimes when I'm reading, I won't see it. So unskippable. And when I do skip, it then comes up. See here, it's come up now. Ads will run shortly for some viewers. I've just clicked skip ads. Now that will appear in about 30 seconds again, and it'll keep appearing every 30 seconds. And I can skip it every 30 seconds or something like that. But there'll be sometimes when I miss it. You know. Hey Rhymester, how's it going? Flamin' Heron, good morning, or good evening, or good night, depending on where you are in the world. Nice and early today. Yes. Yes, it's nice and early today. 11:18:9. Moon Mat, what does that mean? 11, is that you've rolled your dice for the character already and you got 11, 18 and 9? Is that what it means? We've got our dice here. The dice that hate us, okay. Let me turn that down. It seems a bit. There we go. See again? Skip ads. It's mental with ads. It's mental. So I've got my water. I've got me me meals. Okay, the ginger nuts. We're bringing them out. We'll be rolling for our character soon, and let's hope, guys, we have the power of the Infinity Gauntlet with us. Let's hope we have that. And next month, okay, we have a new Fighting Fantasy book coming out. Okay, let me go to. I have pre-ordered it. I have already pre-ordered it, and it will arrive here on the day of release. Let me go check it out. Orders. Here it is. The Dungeon on Blood Island. A brand new adventure by Sir Ian Livingstone. Or Stone. Livingstone. It comes out on the 12th of September. Because it says here that it's arriving here on the 12th of September, guys. 12th of September is a Thursday, which means the 15th of September we will be playing that book. And that actually lines up because in 2 weeks' time it's the 1st and then it's the 15th. We are 2 books away from the Dungeon on Blood Island. Forgot the title then. The Dungeon, I'm not going to leave that up. The Dungeon on Blood Island. We are 2 books away. We will do this book today. Then I believe it's Skylord next. And then we have one more book, which is The Stealer of Souls. And then we do Dungeon on Blood Island. I cannot wait, guys. I am so excited. So excited, guys. You're predicting our roles. Mate, let's just see if they actually come true like that. You never know. They might come true. They really might. We'll have to wait and see. Your mum's cuddly. Hey, welcome in for the first time. You're still watching whatever podcast, Flamin' Heron. Some crazy girls on there. I don't know what you guys are talking about there. Thanks for that. Just ordered Blood Island 2. Yeah, you can get it. You can pre-order it on Amazon and it'll come out the day it releases. And I imagine everybody's going to be going down to Fighting Fantasy Fest this year and getting Ian to sign it. And he's going to be like, oh, my arm's getting achy. You know. Where you pre-order it from? Amazon. Amazon. It's on Amazon. In fact, I will feed the link in, guys. I mean, it might not link to the version like in your store, but here is paste. That's the link to the pre-order, guys. Go and pre-order it. It's there. It's happening. It's live. It's what you want. It's what you need, guys, in life. I'm telling you now. It's what you need. Have a fun. I will watch this late. Can't stay tonight. Michael, what are you doing, Captain? How's it going? Spellsinger! Hey, how's it going? Spellsinger's here. Has everyone seen the art? Yes, you can see the art in that link I just posted. Honestly, it's crazy. It's some blood. It's not a blood beast this time. It's some crazy beast with loads of arms coming out. Like, ah! Honestly, it looks insane. When is Fighting Fantasy Fest? I believe it is either September or October. I don't know the date. I can't remember off the top of my head. Might be because it's UK, Amazon, Australia and has it, but it has no price yet. No, I think it's $7.99 in the UK. £7.35. It's gonna be when I have to pay for it. I haven't paid for it obviously yet. It doesn't charge me until it dispatches it, so definitely. Fighting Fantasy Fest soon. Is it September? Yeah. Who is going? Anybody going to Fighting Fantasy Fest? I keep getting asked year after year if I will attend and I will show my books, and I never can. I mean, it's down in London and I have to get down there, and one year I will go. One year I will turn up. I'll get a load of my books and I'll flog them down there. Cover artwork is by Ian McCaig, guys. The what you call it? The guy who came up with Forest of Doom, who came up with Darth Maul Star Wars, who came up with a lot of Star Wars and a lot of other stuff. So yeah, Ian McCaig, he's returned. And he'll be at Fighting Fantasy Fest as well, guys. Hey, we've got an interesting thing on the front cover there. Look at that. It's an hourglass with some time values in it. Now, those time values do not appear in the adventure sheet, which I've already written down. So we shall find out what that's all about. I guess you have to track time. It's a timed adventure. This was first published in 1988, guys. 1988. That's when this came out. There's some ads. Get rid of them. Bye. I don't know why I skip ads. I'm doing myself out of money by doing that. But yeah, I don't do this for money. So it says here, your character. In this book, you're a famous adventurer in the lands of Alancia, the veteran of many battles and the doer of many fine deeds. You have in your possession a finely wrought sword of Fangathane steel and your sturdy backpack. This is made of Fangathane steel, guys. This is our sword. And we have a sturdy backpack that can hold 7 items. Before embarking on this, your latest adventure, you must first determine your strengths and weaknesses. And don't forget our character here, Thundercrotch Soul Puncher. This story has a time mechanic, not that it will trouble us much. So the rolling of the scores is done in the same way as always. For anybody who is new, we do alter the battle a bit. To make it a little bit more interesting, and there's also a multiplier, as it were, or a modifier, sorry, of if we roll a double 6, it's an instant kill for our opponent. We've killed them, nailed them, they're gone. The guy on the book cover looks like Gary Glitter. You wanna be in my gang, my gang, my gang. Not really, mate, because I think I'll end up in prison if I do. And if we roll a double 1, it's instant death for us, and that has gotten us quite a lot. These dice, I reckon, are weighted. They're from the Fighting Fantasy, the Games Workshop. They're these dice here. I bought them from the Games Workshop that sadly closed down in my local town of Sutton Coldfield a few years back. But it says here, it says something about instant death here, actually. You are a mighty warrior with a blade of the finest Fangathane steel. Whenever you roll a double 6 in battle, you have scored a killing blow on your opponent. It was done in this book, guys. The way we modified a game is actually a part of the rules. And you are the victor. You may inflict killing blows on your opponents only if you're using your sword. I didn't even know that. I honestly, I don't believe when I came up with that rule that I had got it from here. I just thought it'd be a cool thing to do because we've read these books hundreds of times. Literally, it's actually a part of the official rules in this book. That's so cool, and yet he's stolen your idea. Mate, this was written in 1988. I came up with that idea in like 2019, 2020, I think. In fact, I think I came up with it live on stream in one of the old, you know what I mean? One of the old ones. Man, that is so mad. I honestly, when I did the reviews or the first looks for these books, I never really looked at the beginnings of the books because they're all the same. I should have. Right, provisions. We have 5 meals in our backpack, guys. Anytime you want me to eat a meal, you have to put in capital letters the word meal. The double 6 roll is also in the Creature of Havoc. No way. I did not know that. And we've done Creature of Havoc, haven't we? Isn't that one we've already done? I believe it is, because it's in the early days, isn't it? Creature of Havoc. Yeah, 24. We already nailed that one. Man, I didn't clock that one. This is the first time I'm seeing it. The next book will have your double 1 rule, I bet. Skylord, guys. The next book is Skylord. Not everybody is a fan of Skylord. Now, I gotta say this, guys. There is a time limit today, okay? So, I can only go up until 1 p.m. today. And that is it. Probably 12:30 in all honesty. But if we're still alive by 12:30, 1 p.m., which I don't think we will be, then it's going to have to end and continue next week. It's just the way it is. So today's a special day. I'm going on a ship. So, right. Equipment. We have 5 gold pieces left over from our last adventure where we died. 5 gold pieces. 4 3 French hens. And a Fang Thane steel blade sword. Okay. What time there now? Hey? What time is it now here? It is... Oh, sorry, yeah, I said 1 p.m. Sorry, it's 10:30 right now. So, 11, 12. We've got 2 to 2.5 hours. And that's it today. Done. Skip ad. This is the 3rd time I've skipped ads. Yeah. 2 to 2.5 hours, basically. We'll start the clock in a second, but that is it. 2 to 2.5 hours. And if we ain't done it by then it's gay. Then we just have to continue it next week. That's it. Recorder skills on point. Am I getting better at the recorder, guys? I haven't even touched it since last time. Right, so you'll start your adventure with the bare minimum of shit. You will probably acquire other items during your travels. You're armed with a fine steel sword that has carried you through countless fights, and you are dressed in your battered leather armor. Now, it says here, keeping track of time. Definitely have to keep track of time, because I can't go beyond 12:30, 1 o'clock, somewhere in between there. The adventure which lies ahead of you is a race against time, through the sands of time. A grave threat hangs over Calamere, and only by quick and resourceful action will you be able to defeat it. As you make your choices from time to time, you will find instructions to tick off a time box. Whenever you come upon one of these, you should make a pencil mark in the first available empty box on the timesheet. Start with the box at the top left, like it makes a difference, and then move from left to right and from the top row to the bottom row. The boxes represent time running out for Calamere. They do not correspond to an exact length of time. 2 of the time boxes have numbers in them. Now that's why we got to do it. Okay. Yes, they do. Right, so there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's 20 boxes, and there's 2 numbers, 1 in 18 and 1 in 20. So I need to... It never said this in the adventure sheet. I need to make somewhere on here. We need to mark off. I need to make time. I need to make time for squaring off boxes today. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be boring for you guys. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and now 18 is number... Fucking, that is tiny writing. I don't know if I can read that. 57 I'm seeing. Let me get my phone and concur that. It's so tiny, I need to use my phone like a magnifying glass. What? How much of an old man am I? Honestly, this is such an old man thing. Right. 57. And what's the other one? I might as well memorize that now. 57 and 326. Okay. Get off my lawn. What the hell? What's that all about, mate? Right, 57. So box 18 is 57, and then that's 19, 20, and that's 326. Okay. So every time we are told to mark off time, we have to mark off time, and when we come across one of those boxes with a number in it, I guess we turn to the page. 2 of the time boxes have numbers in them. Whenever you reach those boxes, you should make a note of the current paragraph number you're on, turn to the paragraph number given in the box. You will find it easy to be diverted from the true path throughout this adventure. On your first attempt, you will probably run out of time, guys. We're probably gonna die, or even meet with an untimely end. To succeed, you will have to think hard about each choice you make. You will succeed in the adventure only if you do the right things at the right times. Guys, if you go through life doing things right, you will succeed. If you go through life doing things wrong, you will fail. Thank you. Take care of yourself and each other. You will have to think hard about each choice you make. No matter how weak your initial dice rolls, it should be fairly easy to complete this adventure. If you can find the true path, guys. If you can find the true path. Moon Matt, you don't like the Skylord cover? I think it's okay. It's not bad. It looks like Phantom Menace. It's one of those racers off Phantom Menace, isn't it? I mean, George Lucas is just stealing ideas from Fighting Fantasy to build his empire. Like, seriously, the Skylord cover, where is it? Oh, it's out of reach. The Skylord cover is literally... literally the pod racer. Look at that. That is one of the creatures from the Phantom Menace pod racing scene, isn't it? This book came out in the 80s. It's like George Lucas, mate. Come on. Original ideas, please. You're already stealing from Japanese films and what's not. Oh, Flamin' Heron, I'm so curious as to why you say get off my lawn. That is so curious. I don't understand why. Old man yells, get off my lawn. Clint Eastwood from Gran Torino. Oh, right. Yeah. Get off my lawn. He's got a gun in his hand at the time he's saying it. He's got a double-barrel shotgun. He's going, get off my lawn. Like that. So. I can't remember what he says. So. What does he say? What's his famous saying? Want to play these? No. Think you're lucky, punk? Something like that? Make my day. It's something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's got no bearing on the Slaves of the Abyss. Okay? Right, I'm going to roll the character now. We're going to roll 1 die for our skill. 6! I just rolled a 6, guys. We have a skill of 12. I mean... the book says we don't really need a high dice roll to win, so that's kind of taking the piss a little bit, I feel. Right. Make my day, yeah. What is it? What's the other one, though? He said there is another quote or phrase he has. He goes, so, you think you're lucky? Or something like that. I can't remember. Oh, that's it. Yeah. He goes, now you got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya, punk? Right, our stamina, I rolled an 8, so that's 12 plus 8 is 19, isn't it? No, it's 20. My maths today is not on point. 12 plus 8 is 20. Okay, so we've got a skill of 12 and a stamina of 20. Do you know what? That is literally, hang on a second, Matt Moon predicted we would have 11 and 18, which is not 12 and 20, but it's close. It's close. And now our luck is going to be 3. So that's 9 luck, which is what Matt Moon did predict. So well done, mate. You got 1 out of 3 correct. Woohoo! Okay, so that is everything, I think. It does actually have a section for potions, but at no point does it say you get to pick a potion. 5 meals, 4 stamina points a meal. Your skill score will not change much. You have a special weapon, which... if you find a special weapon, it can increase your skill, but we can't go beyond 12, can we? You cannot claim 2 skill bonuses for carrying 2 magical swords. It doesn't mention any type of potions, guys, but it has got a space for them. So I have a feeling that they've just taken the generic adventure sheet from another book and just pinned it on this one. Because, yeah. Jewels as well. Are we collecting jewels, guys? I don't know. But that is basically it, guys. Leo M's in the house. Here we go. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You don't know what if... Is there one in the chamber? You know? So you gotta ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Get off my lawn. Anyway, enough of the Clint Eastwood. Let's rock and roll this puppy, shall we? Let's get this one going. No, I think it was better that way. Yeah. Okay. You guys know what to do. F's in the chat if you want to start. Let's do this, guys. All the excitement, I kind of lost track of myself. Here we go. There are troubled times in Calamere. No sooner had its ruler, Lady Carolina, Carolina, gotten over the death of her husband, then she was flung into a war with the rival trading state, Alchemists. After a sea battle, in which many lives were lost, it seemed that Calamere had prevailed. Yet there was more to come. Rumors spread of armies massing on the northern borders. Bi-Han, never a friendly neighbor, was said to be preparing for an invasion. Acting decisively, Lady Carolina ordered all her armies to be the northern borders. The mountain passes on the borders could be defended with ease. Skip ads. If the armies of Ben-Han were allowed to reach the wild plains of Calamere, however, they would wreak untold damage. I'm going to start the time now, actually. Let's give us all the luck we can, guys. You arrive in Calamere just as the last troop of soldiers are departing, and you find yourself in a city strangely deserted. Life goes on, but without the many brightly costumed warriors who used to parade so proudly down Calamere's winding streets. With the soldiers gone, the criminals thrive. You bar the door of your room at night and sleep with your sword beside your bed. Good night, sweet prince. Basically. A few weeks pass. Well, we are asleep for a few weeks, guys. A few weeks pass, then one morning, a wild-eyed messenger rides into the city, yelling incoherent warnings of an invasion from the east. Less than an hour after he disappears into the palace, a servant brings you a note on stationery bearing the seal of the House of Rangor. Ooh. It is a summons to appear before Lady Carolina herself. It seems your fame as an adventurer has reached her, and in these dark days, the lady has need of fearless warriors. because she likes a bit of adventure. She likes the man who likes to get adventurous. And she goes, what? He's here? Bring him to me, baby. And everybody raises their hand. Yay! When you arrive at the palace, so we get dressed, we put our sword in it, and then we head off to the palace. When we arrive, you find yourself in the company of 10 other adventurers. She's got them queued up, man. She's going for a Guinness World Record here. Several are known to you by sight, and one, Sophia of Black Sand, so she's both men and women. We only know her by name, though, as you have shared dangers with her on more than one occasion. Before you have a chance to exchange names and greetings with the others, you are led inside by a servant. You are ushered into an audience chamber. Man, she's got a crowd. She's streaming this on Twitch, I tell you. Ushered into an audience chamber to face 5 nobles behind a huge black wooden table. In the center sits Lady Carolina. Resplendent in ceremonial jewelry, she's dripping with it, the sword of office on the table before her. The sword of office. To her left is her cousin, Mad Heros. Mad Heros. We'll just call her Mad for short. A fat fellow. Oh, it's a guy, so... A fat fellow with a nervous twitch in his nose. So he's Charlied up, basically. Beyond him sits some of these names. Dunyazad of Ichitian. I'm not making this up. A small woman who is reputed to be the wealthiest person in Calamere province. Guys, this is beginning to sound a little bit too much like, you know, some sort of weird cult, you know? Are we on the black market about to get sold? To Carolina's right are Sige, the Silent, an imposing woman of ancient lineage, and as it says Asia, but there's a H at the end. Asia H? Azaya? Ashia? I don't know. Asia H, I'm going to call her. Albadur, the stern-faced judge. Order! Order in the chambers! Prepare the gimp! Truly, you face the most important 5 people in Calamere. All the heads of state are here. This is very important shit about to go down, guys. Dunyazad. Dunyazad. I bet that's more funny in Australia than it is for me. Because Dunny, isn't that the toilet? Isn't that the shitter in Down Under? Going to the Dunny, mate. Gonna drop a wad in the Dunny. Am I correct in that, guys? You guys are my guide here, okay? Please guide me. Am I correct there? Is the Dunny the toilet? Anyway, we bow, because we're before royalty here. You know what I mean? So, Carolina swiftly explains the situation, okay? You're gonna put an apple in your mouth. With the army many leagues to the north, Calamere lies unguarded. Now, a messenger has arrived from the easternmost regions, telling of villages that have been found deserted. It seems that an army is advancing on the city from the east. It must be barbarian raiders from Kulak Island, obviously. A rider must be dispatched at once to fetch back half of Calamere's army. We gotta bring back the army? Is Calamere on our side, or is that the enemy? Meanwhile, the city must be defended in some way. Can we do that? Can we do the defending? Because I think that we'd be good at that. You know, we'll defend the city. Do we get a choice, Miss Carolina? Can I sing you a song? Carolina explains that her loyal champion, Ramades, the invincible, most feared warrior in all of the southern lands, is away on a quest for a fabled relic. He's busy, you know. She praises you for all your past gallantry and asks you that you help her and gain the gratitude of the whole province by undertaking the defense of the city. Yeah, we get the job we wanted. Now, this is going to cost you, love, your royalty, all right? Bespoke pricing, all right, is what we do. Defense of the city is going to cost you 10 grand, okay? Because I know you've got it, love, you know? I don't get out of bed for less than 10, okay? You may be few in number, but surely the glory will be all the greater. I want to see the money before you sign me up, because I've had this before where they don't pay, and there's nothing you can do about it. You've already done the job, you've killed the monster, saved the region, and they go, oh, I misplaced your money. And then you're like, well, what can you do? So, I mean, you run them through, you kill them, and then you just steal their house. Say, well, we take it anyway. I mean, we're in business for ourselves. You kind of have to be ruthless, but nice at the same time. If you're in business for yourself, you've got to be nice. Otherwise, nobody will want to do business with you. If you go around being a... Anyway, let's let's do this. This is it, guys. We've started. It only took me 8 minutes to read half, because I started halfway through. How can we refuse such an appeal? The other 10 are quick to volunteer for the task, and your voice joins theirs in pledging allegiance to my Lady Carolina for one nation under God and liberty for justice for all. Motherfucker. This is your chance to become more than a wandering adventurer. Will be sponsored by royalty. You'll be a true hero of legend. They'll write songs, they'll write books. Denzel Washington will play me in the movie, alright? You listen as the 5 nobles begin to lay plans down. One of you must ride to the northern passes and summon the army. Another must ride east to scout out the invaders. The rest will remain in Calamere and use all their wits and ingenuity to prepare a defense. What are we going to do, guys? We can volunteer to take the horsey to ride northy for the army, okay? We can volunteer to scout on our feet to the east. That's the second one. And the third one is to remain in the city and defend it. What do you reckon, guys? Spellsinger says scout east with gusto. Mate, seriously? We can't just stay in the city and defend it? I just ordered a lamb dinner in the local broth. You know what I mean? What pays better? Yeah, staying in the city, you're probably not going to earn as much because, you know, the person who's going for the army is probably going to get the highest bit of bunts. We've just volunteered to scout to the east, it seems. So that is what we're going to do. So actually, I've changed my mind, love. We'll go east. Because I feel like... I can't even tell you the reason why I chose it, love. If you stay, you die. Mate, we don't know that. You're not meant to get... See, if you guys have got prior knowledge, man, you need to let it go. Let it go. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Let it go. Let it go. Okay? And just play the game. Play the game. Play the game. You are sitting at a table with 5 other nobles, eating a fine meal. It's the lamb we ordered to fortify you as they give you your final briefing. They are being waited on by their own servants. While Carolina has assigned one of her pages to take care of you, Mad warns you against taking any incautious action yourself. Incautious. Is that a word? Incautious.
It is most important that you return to tell us of the nature of this menace so that we may know how best to defend against it,
he explains. while Dunny is in the middle of advising you to rest at the Temple of Forga, you feel a light touch on your leg. Ooh, hello. Prince, the lady's on us, guys. You look around and you see that the page who was waiting upon you is walking away. And looking down into your lap, you see a folded fragment of paper and it says, meet me at the clock. Yeah, meet me at the clock at noon or at midnight for a party in third class. Yeah. All I remember is I've never finished this one. I think this page person was about to finish us off. The page must have dropped this as he, oh it's a he, refilled your goblets. If you pick it up and read it straight away, or do you slip it into your pocket to read it later, guys? What do we do? It's one of those words, Adam, like flammable. Doesn't quite sound right, but it is. Oh, okay. Incautious? Cautious? Incautious? I don't get it. I don't know. Never heard of it. Clip him round the ear and read it later. Spellsing says we're reading it later. Guys, we need people to jump in on this. Spellsing is leading the book here. He's making all the decisions. We need people on it. If you feel like you're behind, refresh the stream to catch up so you can get first in. And don't forget, if you're a member of my channel, you have the ability to highlight your message and I will go with that one over, even if you put it in last. Pocketing the scrap of paper, you listen attentively as Dunny suggests that you stick to the roads. Stick to the roads. Stay off the malls and beware the full moon. Though they will carry you in a roundabout way, they will be far quicker than chancing a ride across country. When you have left the table and are alone, you look at your piece of paper and it said, beware, you are watched by 1,000 eyes. Are we live streaming? Is this like the Running Man and Hunger Games? I have a feeling that's what this is. We're like, this is the Hunger Games. And it's a TV show. And it's a game. So think of it like that, guys. I think we're in a reality show game thing. You know, one of those adventure race around the world games. I reckon that's what it is. Follow that page for fun times. Belsinger, it's a dude. Yeah, it's a dude. You are led straight down to the stables to choose your horse. While you are preparing to leave, tall Sige approaches. Her voice is low, almost inaudible, and you understand how she came to be called the Silent One. She tells you that she has a valuable magical item which will aid you on your journey and bring you the luck of the gods. It is a pomander of rare herbs. It is worn around your neck and it will also remove your need for sleep. I don't like the sound of that, mate. She's about to give us about 5 grams of coke here. It is passed up to you by Sige's servant, a poor, deformed creature who shuffles slowly and wears a hood. Master, the potion. No doubt to hide his pitifully ugly face. Thank you, Quasi. Sige quietly wishes you a safe and fruitful journey. Bundling together your possessions, you hurry into the bustling courtyard. With no time for ceremony, you mount your steed and pick your way through the crowd to the gates. And a swift ride along the Way of Flint brings you to Calamir's grand gate. Beggars can't be choosers. Oh, never beg. Never beg, mate. If I was being tortured or something and they were going to kill me, I still would not be begging. I'd be like, just do it. Hurry up, mate. I'm getting bored. You know what I mean? You ride until nightfall. So, I mean, I don't know where we are, to be honest. I ain't got a clue. So, ain't got a Scooby-Dooby. We're on the plains, I'm guessing. And it's nightfall. Although you are eager to press on, your horse bloody tired. And it would be dangerous to continue in the darkness, to be fair. Especially if there's a werewolf running around. You dismount and prepare for a night to be spent in the open. Because that sounds even better, doesn't it? We're easy pickings then, surely. Tick off a time box. First time box ticked off, guys. Ba-boom. Bite your tongue off ninja style. Did ninjas bite their tongues? Does that mean ninjas are all epileptic? That's why they're all flying all over the place like that. They're just having a fit all the time. Man, he's a fast ninja. No, he's just epileptic. He hasn't had his medication. Take off a time box. Do we have Sidge's Pomander? Oh, that's something we should be carrying. Sidge's Pomander. Yes, we do, mate. I didn't realise we had to... It never said add it to the adventure sheet. So, yes, we do have Sidge's Pomander. I mean, I thought we took it already. I thought that was us taking it when he gave it to us. Don't know. Let's skip ads. Thank you very much. You tether your horse and see to her feed. Lighting a small fire for protection, you settle yourself down for the night. With a nice little campfire roaring away, boys. Ooh, ah. Turn the campfire down. Hours pass as you gaze up at the constellations above you, and a storm rages. You remember Sidge explaining her Pomander's power to arrest sleep. You are grateful for its properties when you observe several stealthy forms approaching. I'm gonna guess it's a cloud of storm. You lie still, feigning sleep. Your hand inches from your sword hilt. If you wait until they are nearly upon you before attacking, you can do that. Or you can leap up before they advance any further. What are we going to do, guys? Somebody is approaching us and we're pretending to sleep. We can either jump up before they get to us or wait until they're literally on top of us and get them then. Do you want to wait until they are nearly upon you to attack them? Or do we leap up now before they get any closer? What do you want to do, guys? The fire is raging. Actually, it should be more like this, I think. I mean, don't remember the birds, but whatever. What shall we do, guys? Wait and then ambush them. Okay, so... wait until they are nearly upon you before attacking. That's what you're saying, yeah? We wait until they're literally sniffing our pits, and then we jump them. There are 3 dark shapes, and as they creep into the firelight, you see that they are black elves. Is that politically correct? Black elves? You know, shouldn't they be kind of like Alancian elves or something? 2 of them begin to go through your baggage, while the 3rd approaches you warily. Choosing your moment with care, you wait until the elf is bending over before acting. Get out, mate. Your sword seeps in a wide arc, coming to a juddering halt by its side, jerking your sword from the lifeless body. The other 2 elves turn with a yelp, and they drop your stuff. So we just attacked them, I'm guessing. I think that's what's happened. Describing someone as what? Describing someone as not racist. Oh, describing someone is not racist. Yeah, I mean, actually, no. I think what the writer means to say is that these are dark elves. I've never heard of black elves. In fact, let's verify this. I've got the book here, Out of the Pit, and it describes everybody. So if we go to elves, let's get this story straight. I don't think there is such thing as black elves. That was my point that I'm trying to make. I don't think that, you know, he could have written dark elf, eel, elemental. Where's the elves? They're hiding. Here we go. Elves. Oh, there is a black elf. So it's not the color of him, it's his type. You have black elf, you have dark elf, you have mountain elf, and wood elf, and he is a black elf. Originally renegades from the evil kingdoms of the dark elves, to whom they are related to. They abandoned the forests with them and helped build their underground kingdoms, but grew more and more horrified as the dark elves dabbled in fearful magic and demonism. So they fled the cavern cities and settled in isolated areas away from other elven races, where they now live squalid lives alongside orcs, goblins, and other inhuman races. But like all elves, they are thin and tall. Their skin is somewhere between grey and black. Boom! That's it, there you go. It is racism. Calling them out by their colour. I mean, I am joking, guys, obviously. Calling them out by their colour. Yeah, they're known as black elves, not because of their skin colour, though, I imagine. And you know what? All of this is irrelevant anyway. I don't know why I'm talking about it, to be honest. African American elves. Black elves are common in fighting fantasy. Yeah. Mixed race elves, guys, yeah. I blame Gary Glitter myself. Adam gets cancelled. Ha ha. Hey. Can't get cancelled for giving an opinion, can you? Although, actually, you better not say that, because I think Mr. Beast will have another opinion on that. Anyway, before we do get banned, we now must fight the other two elves. Or B-elves. We just call them B-elves, you know. I just don't like... For me, personally, if I see three people lined up, I wouldn't choose their skin color to, you know, describe them. I'd choose their hair. The guy with the short, dark hair. The girl with the long, blonde hair. The dude that's bald. Can't describe you, mate. Well, you're bald, so I can't. I just did. And here we could have had a Chinese person, a person of color, whatever you want to call them, and somebody else. I don't know, anybody else. Like, you describe them by their hair. Like, why'd you have to go for their skin color? I just don't get it. Anyway, this sounds like a joke. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Honestly, I haven't not had anything to drink, guys, except water. I swear. Right, we're fighting. The second black elf has a skill of 7 and a stamina of 6. We're attacking it. We have a skill of 12. So, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He has to minus 5 off his score. Okay? So we roll a 10. I mean, I've killed him and his grandchildren, I think, on that one. We got a 10. He rolled a 6. And he has to minus 5. He got a 1. We've knocked off 9 points of stamina. And he's only got 6. So he's dead and gone. The next black elf, he would surely attack us first. If we've just finished off his friend. The other guy would then come for us. So black elf, also skill of 7. Also stamina of 6. He's going to have to minus 5 off. He attacks us with a 5. Boom. Whatever I roll is pure damage for this dude. He rolled a 5, which gets minus to 0. Whatever we roll is just pure damage. Another 10. Bye-bye, Mr. Elf. You are dead. We killed... honestly. I mean, it says fight both elves at the same time, but we just killed them both in, like, 2 rounds. So, each will make a separate attack on you. Well, each will die by our sword. So, I'm not even going to read the rest of that. If you defeat the elves, which we did, because we are just badass. And I don't want to hear black elves' lives matter, or whatever. You search the bodies of the elves, discovering 17 gold pieces. Lovely. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 gold pieces. And a golden statuette in the shape of a fist. Guys, look what we found. The Infinity Gauntlet. A golden statuette in the shape of a fist. Hey, alright. We'll be putting that in our backpack. Gold statue fist. We got the fist. I got the fist. Okay, so that's in our bag. The fingers, oh, it's describing it. The fingers are clenched around something that rattles as you pick up the gold trophy, which is true. Something is here, right? But I mean, this one, it hasn't got anything stuck in it because I've cleared it. It's fine. Try as you might, you cannot unclench the fingers to reveal what lies within. I mean, you don't need to, surely. Just put it in your backpack. We just pocket it. The rest of the night passes uneventfully. And with the morning, you resume your journey. Early morning, guys. Rise and shine, wakey, wakey. The leagues stretch on and you see a large range of mountains in the distance ahead of you. You pass through several villages and are surprised at the surly reactions of the villagers. As you pass them, you hear them muttering under their breath, and when you stop to refill your water bottle, they do their best to ignore you. Motherfuckers. It's the use the gold fist on Gary Glitter. Spell Singer, mate, you got something hard for Gary Glitter here. You're always mentioning him. Did he upset you? Did he hurt you? Is he something? Why do you keep mentioning the GG? The sun is low in the sky when you enter the small town of Hazra, in which lies the temple of Forga. You could travel a few more hours if you wish, but you would have to spend another night in the open again. Tick off a time box. Time box ticked. Skip ads. Do you wish to ride on to the next town, or shall we go and look at the Temple of Forga, guys? Which one shall we do? Temple of Forga or ride on to the next town? We're in a village, guys. We're in a village. These all sound the same. Go to the temple, Wargaming Dad says. Yeah. The Temple of Forga. See what they got. Bomb. We made a career out of looting temples. Forga is the god of pride, and his priests here in Hazra certainly have their fair share. The old man who admits you to the temple looks you up and down coldly. We got buddy Gok 1 with us here. I would not be wearing that. without saying a word. You are led in to see the High Priest, a wrinkled, vulnerable old fellow who eyes on you with distaste. This doesn't sound like a warming, inviting community. They all sound like a bunch of jacked up their own asses, you know, negative pit trolls. So, the lone dog dares to darken our portals once more with its presence. He snarls in a voice surprisingly firm for one of his age. Perhaps you would care to empty your sack for us. What kind of temple is this, guys? Come on. Do you guys agree to empty your backpack, or do you refuse to empty your sack? Which one is it, guys? I like your style. What shall we do, guys? Are we emptying our backpack or not? We've got a gold statue, don't forget, in it. And a pomander vial of cocaine or whatever it is. I don't know. What should we do, guys? Empty or not empty? That is the question. It's 11 o'clock already. Bloody hell. Yeah, I feel like we've only just started the game. And it's 11 o'clock already. This might be a two-parter. This looks like it might be a two-parter. Use the gold fist to... What? Use the gold fist to fist the priests. Yo, priesty! I mean, you only have the two options. Empty your backpack or refuse to empty your backpack. So, fisting priests is not on the list of things we can do, I'm afraid. Open our sack, Spellsinger says. Right. We're going to open it. Here we go. Dump our load. I guess on the floor. You tip all your possessions out on the floor before the High Priest, wondering what the old fool is trying to prove. Priests of Forga aren't usually quite so arrogant. Oh, okay. So he's making a special, you know, a special thing for us. Do we have the Golden Fist? Why, yes, we do have the Golden Fist. We have the Golden Fist, yes. Is it theirs? Have we been given stolen items? As the golden statuette tumbles out of your backpack, a sigh goes up from the priests. Caught red-handed! Snaps the High Priest in a suspiciously high voice. A priest lifts the Golden Fist reverently from the ground and places it carefully on the plinth at the center of the temple. There. Like that. Yeah? Just like that. His fellows then join him in a circle around it, and they begin to chant, as the priest seems to have temporarily forgotten about you. You would like to make a stealthy exit from the temple, but your feet are rooted to the spot. Guys, are we gonna die here? Is this... Yeah, it's a setup, isn't it, mate? Two-parter is good. Well, you might not get a chance to have a two-parter here. We're stuck to the floor. The priest's chanting swells, and a warm green glow begins to seep through the fingers of the fist. And as you watch, the fingers uncurl, revealing a green gem. That's the time stone. It floats lazily above the now open palm of the golden hand. Its glow is too bright for you to bear. Then it subsides, and you find yourself... We can move again. The priests have been transformed, no longer heavy with years. Now they are young, fit, fighting priests. Yeah, we've de-aged. Two of them break the circle and gesture you to accompany them. I don't think we should go with them, to be honest. They've been nothing but rude to us. They lead you down a corridor to a cell with their new lease of life. Cross the golden fist. We lost the fist, guys. We got fisted. Offer them a reach around. They've had Botox, basically, yeah. Honestly, those pesky little African-American elves. Honestly. Cross the golden fist off your possessions. You spend an unpleasant hour pacing up and down the cell, wondering what can have gone wrong. What? What could have gone wrong? It just doesn't sound right to me, but it is. Dunny told you to stay at this temple. Why? Why should the priests be so hostile towards us? Eventually you are released. The high priest explains that he has spoken with Dunny and you are now to go free to continue your mission. He seems loath to release you. Nevertheless, you soon find yourself back in the streets of Hashra with your possessions returned. I'm guessing except for the fist. So that was a lot of ball ache, wasn't it? Your journey continues once more as you attempt to make up some time you've lost. If you decide, we can either cut across the country to pick up some time, or we can stick to the roads like we were told. What do you reckon? Dunny may be a backstabbing tart. Empty our sack and we got fisted. Welcome to the Walancia, folks. Stick to the road. Beware the full moon. The best of luck to you, lads. Right. This picture doesn't look good. I mean, the artwork is good, but the picture itself doesn't look promising. The road is deeply rutted, so we're on a road now. Okay. We're on a road. A road to nowhere. And it's as if it's often used, but you meet no other travelers. On the slopes around you, the vegetation grows thicker, and soon you are riding through the woodland. Oh, cute. I didn't even do that, but okay. Then, ahead of you, on the road, you see a charging ox. It thunders past, bellowing madly. And a little further on, you see the cart that it had been shackled to, ditched by the roadside. Nearby lies the still body of another ox. You sense movement behind it, and you hear revolting sucking noises. Sounds like a fly to me. Can you guys hear all this? It would be a shame if you couldn't, because it's actually been matching up pretty well here. There you go. That should be all right. You feel sorry for the ox. It thunders past, bellowing madly. A little further on, you see the cart that has been shackled to, ditched by the roadside. Nearby lies the still body of another ox. You sense movement behind it and hear revolting sucking noises. I've already read all this. I've just realised. You canter up cautiously. Suddenly, your horse whinnies, and a black swathed figure looks up. You cannot penetrate the darkness beneath its hood, but you feel a malevolent gaze trained upon you. With an inhuman shriek, the figure races off into the undergrowth with a lopping gait. Do we give chase to this hooded figure, or do we examine the ox and the cart? What you want to do, guys? Yes. Oh, for the sound, yeah. For the question I asked before, yeah. Ignore and examine the Ignore it and examine the ox and the cart, yeah? Okay. Let it go, let it go. Go and be off and evil in the woods. The ox lying before you is horribly mutilated. A grey slime seems to have eaten into its flesh. Involuntary, you gag. And you turn your eyes away from the foul sight. As you do so, you notice something lying in the grass nearby. Something pink, resembling an uneven, shallow bowl. Curious, you pick it up and discover that it is a mask. When you turn it over, you stare at it in disbelief. It's your face, modeled in a soft wax, staring back at you. How freaky is this? You crumble the imposter's mask in your hand and fling it angrily away. I kind of feel like I've mixed up these paragraphs almost. This doesn't make sense. Shaken by your experience, you return to your horse, who's turned into a pink buffalo. Soon you are riding once more through the woodland. Tick off a box. We're riding through the what is it? The forest. A forest of doom. No wonder the priest got a bent out of shape. The road begins to slope downwards, and you wind your way through its many curves until you are following the banks of a fast-flowing stream. The sun is lowering in the sky behind you, and the air is alive with the noises of insects. Ahead of you is a crude stockade. You ride in and are quickly surrounded by a dozen curious villagers. They seem much friendlier than most others you have encountered so far, and you begin to hope that you will be treated hospitably here. Sure enough, you're invited inside for a meal and a drink, and we could restore up to 4 points of stamina, but we actually haven't lost any, so we can't. Soon you are relaxing in the pleasant company of these simple folk. After a while, you hear a commotion from outside your hut, and several villagers slip out. Do you wish to follow them outside, or do you wish to stay with your hosts in their hut? What shall we do, guys? Should I stay or should I go? Dun 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 dun. Follow them. Bloody hell, okay. Moomat's up for an adventure here. We're going to follow them outside. Outside in the twilight, you see the villagers gathered round someone who is talking in a scratchy, high-pitched voice. This must be a wise woman or perhaps a witch, for the villagers are listening respectfully to her witterings. Then she whirls and points her scabby finger at you.
It is that one,
she screeches.
The prophecy of the winged messenger is fulfilled. Our protector has come to save us from the creeping horde. Tell us that you will stay with us and deliver us from evil.
Do you want to stay with the old woman's demands? Or do you want to tell her, like, yo, got the wrong person. I was not there. It wasn't me. It's a look-alike-y. Probably a deep fake. Got the wrong person. What do you want to say, guys? It says we can agree to her demands or tell her she is mistaken. What shall we do, guys? Stay. She sounds hot. We're going to agree to her demands. Okay. She sounds hot. Sounds like Gollum, mate. A ragged cheer goes up from the villagers as you give your assent. You are led back to the hut, and more food is brought to you. Yo, we get some more food. I'm not even hungry. You know what I mean? The old woman advises you to prepare for the test which awaits you, but she seems unable to explain its nature. The more she speaks to you, the madder she seems, and you begin to doubt her prophecy at all. She's a nut job. She's the village nuts. But who are you going to complain to? You settle back to rest, staring up through the smoke hole at the bright moon. This honestly just is gone loopy-loop now. I swear they were smoking something when they wrote this, because I'm not really getting the story vibe, you know. Around you are the muted sounds of the villages begin to subside, and the whirs and chirrups of the river insects take over. As time wears on, you notice that a faint buzzing is growing louder. Soon, the nearby insect sounds are drowned out by this unnatural rasping. You hear the screams of frightened villagers, and the moon is blotted out by the source of the terribly buzzing directly above your hut now. You run to the door, but it will not budge. You turn back to the hut in time to see a serpentine shape sliding down through the smoke hole. Guys, this sounds like game over to me. This sounds like lights out. This doesn't sound good to me. It looks like the Riddling Reaver to me. Look at that. Ha ha! Banzai! You prepare to battle this terrifying foe. Then you notice a pair of fancy boots poking down through the smoke hole. They are followed by a gaudily dressed figure who spirals effortlessly down a coiling rope. His billowing, brightly coloured clothing is completely out of place in this grubby hut. Bloody Timmy Mallet. The figure bows to you expansively and hails you. Greetings, traveller. I am called the Riddling Reaver. It bloody is the Riddling Reaver. Guys, what the fuck? Seriously? Where's the book gone? Oh, it's not that one. Where is it? I'm missing a book here. Where's me Riddling Reaver book? I've got that book. It ain't here. Oh, dudes. I'm missing one here. Fuck. Oh, no way. What happened to my Riddling Reaver? Here he... Oh, no, that's the... I have got it. I don't know where he is. Is it fallen down? I'll have a look for it next time. I have got it. But it's the bloody Riddling Reaver. Greetings, traveller. I am called the Riddling Reaver, and as luck would have it, I'm here to rescue you. I've been keeping an eye on you, and since you've made a complete pig's ear out of things so far, I decided to save your bacon. If you waste your time on every peasant who begs you to wipe his nose, then Calamir has no chance. He twitches and giggles to himself. Pointing to the snake-like rope, he says, "This is the end of the line, so hurry up and get a hold of it before the offer runs out 5 p.m. Monday." He spirals effortlessly up the rope, just as you hear the bar scrape back from the door behind you. Do we grab the rope, or do we not grab the rope? Guys, I don't know about this. The Riddling Reaver is here. He's like bloody Jim Carrey's The Mask. Do we grab his rope or not? I definitely have that book.
Cheers somewhere.
Let's go with him. He sounds fun. Okay, we grab the rope then. He sounds like the genie to me. No sooner have you grasped the end of the rope than you were jerked violently off your feet. You were swept upwards and out through the smoke hole. Below you, the torches of the angry villagers dwindle down, and their wails can just be heard through the din. The angry buzzing comes from above, but all you can see is a huge black shadow. You are carried through the air for some way before being set down with a bump on solid ground. The Reaver spins down the rope and alights near you, and this time he's cradling a peculiarly shaped bottle in his arms. He holds it out to you, and you can see that it is shaped like a particularly ugly fish. "You'll be needing this," says the Reaver, passing you the bottle. "It is in a sense of humor which I stole several years ago in my impetuous youth. You'll be meeting its former owner soon, and you'd better give it back to him. There's nothing so soft as a villain with a sense of humor." He winks knowingly at you, and without another word, shoots up the rope again. The buzzing rises in pitch, and the black shadow drifts off. You are alone, lost, without your horse, dropped off by some riddling Reaver. Warily, you sit down and wait out the rest of the night. Time to build a campfire again, guys. I honestly don't know what happened to my copy of the Riddling Reaver. I thought it was on the bloody shelf. But it ain't. That is the riddle. I'm missing a book. It's here somewhere. Oh, hang on. I think I'll get it later. Yeah, we're gonna wait out the rest of the night. Hang on, what's the time like? 11:30. We got an hour, guys. We're good. In the cold light of the morning, you discover that you have spent the night by the side of the road. It's early morning. What's more, your horse is quietly grazing a short distance away. As you remount and prepare to continue, you notice a small roll of parchment tied to the pommel of your saddle, and it reads, "Before you I stand, fair and square. Yet once you spot me, I won't be there. Vanquished by a word, yet kings I beat, and rounded off with a rhyme so sweet. Who am I?" Before you I stand, fair and square. Yet once you spot me, I won't be there. Shadow? Vanquished by a word, yet kings I beat, and rounded off with a rhyme so sweet. You're Adam. Who am I? It says add 2 luck points, but we haven't lost any yet, so we can't, you know. So, I mean... Okay, tick off a time box, it says as well. Time waits for nobody. Time waits for nobody. Who am I asking that question? Who am I? I'm asking that question every day. Right, so that's the riddle, guys. Has it got an answer? You're beginning to feel that you're going to spend the rest of your life in the saddle. The weather is strangely humid for the time of year, and the occasional gusts of wind from the east bring little comfort. They are taunted by a fetid, sickly, sweet stench. The road passes through a jumble of massive boulders, and a jagged scarp rises on your left. Ahead of you, another settlement huddles beneath a huge overhang of rock. Strangely, no smoke rises from it. As you approach, you notice several objects littering the road. Shoes, bowls, tools. You dismount and enter the village cautiously, finding a desolate street. Empty people. Empty people? What? Empty of people, sorry. Empty of people and littered with debris. From one of the buildings to your right, you could hear a faint knocking sound. Faint knocking sound, guys. Do you want to follow the knocking? Or do you want to search the buildings to your left? We can either search the buildings that are on at your left, or we can follow the knocking. Marco, Polo. What do you want to do, guys? Search the building. Okay. We're gonna search the building. I can hear like beating drums. I can hear chanting. You slip into one of the buildings nearby and try to find some clue to explain the mystery of the abandoned village. You quickly realize that you have entered the house of a wizard or herbalist. Fragrant drying herbs, arcane books and scrolls, and vials of colored liquids litter a desk in the corner to your right. To your left sits a rune-covered table. A rune-carved table, on which lies a half-eaten knuckle of cured ham. Across the far wall you see rows of puppets dangling on their strings from a high shelf above the cupboard. And that's what it is there. That's what you see, guys. That's what you get when you enter the Puppet Master's house. Do you want to go look at the puppets? Because one of them looks like Santa Claus. Oh my god, the middle one looks like the nun from the film The Nun. Look at that. That looks like the nun. Do you want to examine the puppets, or do you want to go check out the wizard's paraphernalia? It actually says paraphernalia. Do you want to go check out his herbs, or do you want to go play with the puppets, guys? Which one do you want to do? Wait a second, someone's at the door. Oh, I better put the dice back in their little... I think I know where the book is, actually. I think I have seen it, but it might be damaged slightly. But I just don't know where it is. Anyway. Let's get high. I mean, let's check those herbs. Yo, let's smoke a bone. Mr. Wizard, what you know? What you got there? I want to chase a dragon with you. Let's go. Let's puff on the magic dragon, man. Do you know how to roll? Do you need a roach there, Wizzy? Let's go. Rummaging among the vials and pieces of scrap paper on the desk, you come across a parchment stained green by a sticky syrup, which is spilled from a cracked bottle. You hold up the soggy sheet, straining to read the scrawl which covers it. You can't make out all of the words, just occasional snippets. Let me skip those ads. And do not leave the house until you are certain the danger is past. Under no circumstances allow. Safe. Then you should make your way to your parents' village by. Find yourself in the shifting forest. You must follow the brush bearer's gloves or be lost forever. I mean, makes total sense. If you haven't already done so, you can go look at the puppets. It's a puppet. Always the wizards. Yeah, honestly, wizards, man, they're just a bunch of blowers, aren't they? They're literally just a bunch of druggies. Do you know what? They probably aren't even real powerful wizards. They're probably imagining it. They probably don't know magic. They're just high all the time. They think they know magic. People start believing their stories, you know? So do you want to go... We could either continue rummaging through this desk, or we can go look at the puppets. What do you want to do, guys? Do you want to, guys, play with puppets? Or go look at continue looking at the desk. It's up to you what you want to do. Rummage. Let's have a rummage in the desk still. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? You glance through the books and scrolls, but the rambling text means nothing to you. The vials look more promising, though. While many are cracked and their contents spilt, a few remain intact. Of these, you salvage the 3 which seem the least noxious, each containing an excitingly cloudy brown liquid. Hope you don't have to drink it. Each is labelled with the same crabbed handwriting. You may risk drinking one or more of these liquids now, or you may take any or all of them with you. Do you want to take these vials with us, or do we even want to drink one now? Please note down the name of each potion you take on your adventure sheet, together with the paragraph number you should go to if you decide to drink it. So it says you may drink one of these potions at any time that you would normally be able to drink a potion. That is, as long as you are not in a fight. Right, okay, so we've got 3 potions. Potion of Glush, Potion of Aral, and Potion of Zazar. Zazaz. Glush, so G-A-Z, okay? That's how we're going to call it. Just take them all. Oh, okay. We're going to take them all then. We've got a section for potions. G is that page number. A is that number. And Z, Gaz, is this number. Okay. Do you guys want to drink any now? Check out Chucky. Remember, write down the before to the. You should also make a note of the fact when you have drunk that potion, each vial contains only 1 gobful. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to drink one of these potions now, see what they're like, or do you want to continue rummaging? Take them with us. Is that what you want to do? You don't want to drink one now? Nobody wants to drink one now. Just giving you a fair chance in case somebody wants a gulpful of the pale ale. Because that's what it sounds like. Take, but not drink. Okay. So we're going to continue rummaging. Do you want to go look at the puppets, guys? Or do we want to leave the building? Look at the puppets or leave the building? What do you want to do? Look at the puppies. It's a bloody puppet. As you approach the rows of puppets, your left foot squelches in something and skids. You have trodden in a sticky green footprint, one of a line which leads from the cupboard to the table and back again. The cupboard before you is crudely daubed with a rune, the sign of a single arrow. Do you wish to open the cupboard with your sword, or open it normally? What do you want to do, guys? Open it normally or open it with your sword? Sword is pretty badass, isn't it? We've got a proper badass sword. Open it with your sword, Wargaming Dad says. Okay. Open the cupboard with your sword, ready to strike. You have just enough time to glimpse a small slimy green form cramped within the cupboard before you are engulfed in a choking cloud of gritty powder. You drop your sword and clutch at your face. Your eyes burn, your nose starts to run, and you retch violently. Lose 1 stamina point. Then, whatever was in the cupboard comes tumbling out and worms its way around your legs. Pardon me. If you wish to make a grab at it, do you want to try and grab this grey smoke, guys? I mean, it's smoke. Can you actually grab it? It says if you want to make a grab at it, roll 2 dice. Are we going to try and grab the smoke, or are we just going to not bother? It's the smoke monster from Lost, basically, is what it is. Ooh, I put my feet up. Ooh, that's better. What are we doing? Try to grab Smokey Robinson. Okay, it says if you wish to try and grab it, you have to roll against your skill. We have a skill of 12, so we will always be successful. If the result is less than your skill or... Oh, no. No, no. It actually says if the result is less than your skill, turn to 172. If the result is greater than or equal... So we actually do have to roll the dice. Because if we roll a double 6, we have to choose the other option. I rolled 4, so it don't matter. It was less than our skill. Never mind. Creature tries to slither away between your legs, but you grasp it and force it down by sitting on its back. Although it is slippery, you are blinded. You manage to get a firm grip around its neck. You are about to bang its head on the floor when it begins to cry and sob. You pause a moment while your vision clears, revealing the pathetic figure of a young girl, coated from head to foot in foul-smelling green slime. Cautiously, you release your grasp and pick up the slender blowpipe she used to puff the blinding dust at you. Pocketing it, you ask the girl her name. Now we got a blowpipe, guys. What's your name, love? She tells you her name is Mima. Mima. And that she is the apprentice of the enchanter Enthemesis. She knows little more than you of the reason why the village is deserted. She has stayed hidden in the cupboard for the last couple of days since her master left. Before going, he told her to remain hidden, and he coated her in green paste, which he said would protect her. She tells you that the evening before his departure, Enthemesis had been very worried by a divination he had performed. He had told her that he had to undertake a dangerous journey to seek guidance from Althea the sage, who dwells in a shifting forest in the mountains to the north. Then he had insisted that she should stay hidden. Sure enough, she had remained cowering in the cupboard while a terrible din came upon the settlement. Terrified, she listened to the hideous shrieks of the townsfolk. Finally, silence descended on the village, and then you came. We've already searched the wizard's desk, so we're not going to do that. So we leave the house with Mima. Come on, Mima, let's go. It's now turned into The Last of Us. Holding Mima's sticky hand, you make your way back to your horse. You will have to deliver her safely back to her parents, and she tells you that she knows the way to her village. It is back the way you have already come, but to leave her unprotected would not be the action of a hero, action a bit of a wanker. Meanwhile, she is still covered in green slime. Do you decide to wash it off her, or shall we do something else? What do you want to do, guys? Wash it off her or do something else? clean the slime off. Okay, we're going to wash it off her. Jump in the river, love. You draw some water from the village well and use it to clean the sticky mire off Mima. Make a note of this and tick a time box. Okay. Clean mean. Alright. Clean mean. You leap up to your horse's back, then hoist Mima up in front of you. Soon you are galloping back along the road which brought you here. You turn off the road leading back to Calamere and race along a narrow track which winds up the hillside. You can see the land far about, and off to your left a lazy plume of smoke drifts into the sky from Mima's village. Tick off a time box. Bloody hell, these time boxes are getting ticked, aren't they? The attention is drawn to the far end of the valley, way off to your right. You shiver involuntarily, and the hairs on the nape of your neck rise. Your horse shies and whinnies in terror. A thick stench fills your lungs. The sparse slopes are being slowly enveloped by an advancing wave of black lava, or so it seems. Your eyes adjust to the distance, and you see that the oozing black mass is not liquid, but a seething ocean of people. Even as you watch, it seeps closer, spreading like a dark stain. You have found the invading army, but will you survive to make use of your knowledge? There are many more people in the horde below than in Calamere's entire army. Do you want to ride down to the valley to take a closer look, or do you wish to gallop off to your left and try and reach the village? This is the enemy we were supposed to scout. Bada bing! So this is who we were meant to... I thought we were scouting. I thought somebody else was going for the army. Go left. Is that... Ride down to the valley. Take a closer look. Gallop off to your left to try and reach the village. Okay. You spur your mare back along the ridge, desperate to reach the village in time to warn them of their peril. Is Mima with you? Yes, she is. They come at night time mostly. Mima clings on for dear life as you spur your horse towards the village. As you approach the palisade, the large gates swing open and you are beckoned in by a worried villager. Mima slips down from the horse and rushes into the arms of her parents. You waste no time in telling the people of the danger they are in. They grab what they can of their possessions and livestock before fleeing. Finally, you find yourself alone outside the deserted village. The huge black army is in sight now, steadily oozing down the valley towards you. It is time to make your escape. Dun dun dun! The black horde is behind you. It's still many miles from Calamere, yet it is engulfing everything in its path. Although you know of no weaknesses in the enemy, surely Calamere should be forewarned. Evacuation may be the only means of survival. Tick a time box. Bloody hell, was that an Aliens quote? Mostly. Yeah, it was. Okay, Newt. Oh, I love it that you got it, guys. Right, so we're going to ride to Calamere, try and find out more about this enemy, search for Enthmesis, the enchanter. What do you want to do? Warn Calamere, find out more about this enemy, or search for Enthmesis? Warn our city first. Okay, so that's ride to warn Calamere. Okay, guys, I'm now gonna let you vote on something. Okay, because I'm desperate for the toilet. So Give me a second. Okay, I'm going to start a poll and I'm going to nip to the toilet. So it's something for you guys to do while I'm gone, okay? I'll only be a couple of minutes, right? But I'm desperate for the toilet. I'm so sorry I have to do this. It's drinking all the bloody water. But you guys have got an option now, okay? Exactly where we are now. Do we continue now? Okay? It's 11, it's almost noon, okay? I have to be done by kind of like 1:15 at the latest, so we've only got 30 minutes left of time before I have to go. Do you want to continue now the adventure and try and see how far we get for like another 30 minutes, or do we stop here and continue it next week? Not in 2 weeks time, next week. You guys have got a couple of minutes to vote. Everybody who's watching, put your fingers on your keyboards or mouse and vote what you want to do. And I'll be back in a flash. I'm back. I'm back, guys. Hey, it's Jimmy Kimmel. Look at that. Jimmy Kimmel, the pedo crybaby. What the hell? I mean, that's not funny, but okay. How you doing, mate? Right, here we go. What's this here? Adam has the bladder of a champion. I wouldn't say that, mate. The bladder of a man with diabetes is what I've got. Spellsinger, at least someone I watched has it. It's good, so I can't give my own view yet. What? Oh, has anyone seen the... Yeah, I haven't seen the new Aliens movie, but I do want to see it, so... No spoilers, guys. Slaves of the Abyss is pretty good, yeah? Yeah. Okay. Let's end the poll and see what the winning answer was. And survey says... 62 people want to continue now. Okay. We will continue now, guys. But I will say this, in like, what is it? It's 12 o'clock. By 1:45, it ends even if we're still alive. And then it will continue next week. So we got 45 minutes left. If in 45 minutes we are still alive, it will continue next week, which means you get an extra Fighting Fantasy, guys. If we die, then 2 weeks' time will be the next Fighting Fantasy. Okay? It's just the way it is. So, you spur your tired horse through the familiar countryside of Calamere province, pausing only briefly at watering holes. So we're giving it beans. We are on our horse. Okay. Pausing only briefly at watering holes and resisting the temptation to stop and warn everyone you pass. On and on you ride until the mare begins to stumble and you know she just can't go on any further. We've worn her out. You must rest if you are to reach Calamere. You are almost falling out of your saddle as you ride into Camden. Camden? We're going to Camden? An affluent market town. An ostler helps you from your horse and you lurch into the inn. With barely a grunt at the innkeeper, you stagger up the stairs and into the nearest room. You collapse, exhausted. Okay, so it's not that kind of thing. Alright, sorry. This one. You collapse exhausted on the rickety bed. Do we have Siggy's pomander with us? Yes, we still do. It wasn't taken off us, was it? Tired though you are, you cannot sleep. You remember Siggy's promise that the pomander would prevent you sleeping, but surely this has become more of a hindrance than a help. Your body cries out for true rest, squirming in tortured agony at the lack of sleep. Do you wish to remove the pomander in hope that this will help you sleep, or do you want to leave it where it is? Camden Market is very original. So are we going to leave the pomander where it is, or are we going to take it off and try and get some shut-eye? Bin that item, it's doing more harm than good. Okay, so we take Siggy's pomander off and we pop it in the bin because it's just not helping us. With a great effort, you lower your head and slip off the pomander. You see it fall to the ground, then a wave of exhaustion sweeps over you and you sprawl unconscious on the bed. Tick off a time box. This book's alright, actually. I'm quite enjoying this book. You awake with a start. What? You wake with a start. You are gagging violently on a mouthful of acrid smoke. The whole room is full of it, lit by a red glow from beyond the door, holding the bedsheet over your face. You stumble from the bed over to the shuttered windows. You fling them open and recoil in horror. Outside the window hovers a black-clad figure. Beneath its dark hood, the fiery red glow from the door is reflected back at you, split into 100 glinting jewels. Your ears are assailed by a loud buzzing, and you lash out at the figure with your fist. It is too quick for you, and it shoots vertically upwards. Do you want to make a run for the door? Do you want to climb out the window? Or do you want to look for another way out, guys? What do you want to do? You want to run for the door, climb out the window, or look for another way out? Climb out the window. You brave the smoke to grab your possessions, toss them out the window, and then follow yourself, edging over the sill until you are dangling by your fingertips and looking down in readiness for the fall. Suddenly, you sense a presence above you. Do you wish to look up, Or do you want to just let go immediately? What are we going to do, guys? Are we going to let go? Or are we going to look up? Let go. Okay. Your hand deftly rolling forward to absorb the shock. Oh, sorry. You land deftly rolling forward to absorb the shock. As you straighten up, you feel the back splattered with some vicious liquid, which begins to bubble and hiss. Okay? So we've landed somewhere outside, okay? And it's pissing with rain. Can we not have rain? I don't want rain, mates. Don't want rain. There we go. No rain. You tear off your jerkin and fling it into a nearby water trough. As it hits the water, a plume of steam rises in the air, and the water bubbles furiously. Stepping backwards, you look up cautiously. With an intense whine, a black-winged creature rolls high into the air and disappears into the night. My gosh, sounds like a dragon. By now, a small crowd of townsfolk has gathered round to watch the spectacle. From behind you comes a creaking noise, followed by a yawning crash. You turn in time to see the roof of the inn collapse, sending up a cascade of swirling sparks. You're just wondering where you were going to spend the night when you feel the light touch of metal against your neck, and a gruff voice appears and whispers, "One move, and you're a cut-up beef, stranger." Out of the frying pan and into the fire, it seems. Do you stay still as the voice commands, or do you wish to act? You can either shout for help or try to disarm the person who's got a knife to our throat. Is it to our throat? Yeah. So we can stand still, we can try and turn around and disarm him, or we can shout, "Help!" What do you want to do, guys? Can you guys hear me? Is that a bit too loud? Let me turn that down a bit. Disarm the motherfucker. Alright, let's disarm him. You drop on your knees and spin around, reaching to grab his weapon arm with your left hand and pushing with your right. Roll 2 dice. Rolled an 8. That is less than our skill. Your maneuver is successful. You grip his weapon hand firmly and drive your free hand into his jaw, throwing him off balance. With a neat flick of the wrist, you force the knife from his grip and send him tumbling to the floor. As he does so, you recognize the grizzled creatures of your old blade master Barlow. He has changed greatly in the past years and now sports a wooden leg, but he looks pleased to see you.
Ha ha ha! Good as ever, eh, Ungun? Lucky I was going easy on you, or I've had you on my dinner plate by now.
So it seems we know this dude. Many years ago, there's a picture of him, looks like Zorro. "Hi, I'm Barlow. I'd like to sell you some insurance." Many years ago, Barlow was your tutor in the treacherous Northlands. He gave you your fine sword when he felt that you had learned enough from him to deserve it. He welcomes you warmly to his house and apologizes for its dilapidated condition. So we're in his house now. So, yeah. We're in his house. So we won't be able to hear that outside as much. You're about to, sorry. While you sit recounting some of your past adventures, he takes your sword and cradles it lovingly in his hand. He's like, "Ah, my baby." Testing its weight and balance, Your story is interrupted by a faint scrabbling from the corner of the room, and you're about to get up to investigate, but Barlow acts faster, because he's the master, we're the apprentice. Before you can turn your head, he twists in his chair, and the sword flies from his hands. You go to retrieve it, and find it has impaled the still twitching body of a rat. Barlow chuckles.
The one technique I never taught you.
He's got Jedi powers.
It is not wise for a master to teach his pupil everything until he knows he can truly trust him or her.
Barlow tells you that he is now prepared to hand his last secret onto you, if you wish. But you still need to sacrifice the rest of the night's sleep to learn it. Do you wish to learn how to throw your sword, like he just did? Or would you rather get some sleep, guys? What do you want to do? What shall we do, guys? Learn the technique. Right, so we're going to learn how to throw a sword. Could come in handy. The technique that Barlow calls the spitting fly is to be used against an opponent only in a direst need. By using it, you disarm yourself, so you must make certain that your blow will be a fatal one. It may not be used in the midst of battle. Well, what's the point then? But you must relax your body completely. You spend the rest of the night practicing, and although you can never hope to match the speed and accuracy of Barlow, you become quite adept at hitting the targets that he has set up for you. Next morning, you greet the dawn bleary-eyed and stiff of limb. Early morning, guys. Look at it. I mean, I'm gonna guess then that means like the that's you know, it doesn't sound as bad during the day. Calamere is less than a day's ride away, so you put aside your aches for the good of its people and send for your horse. The ostler charges you 1 gold piece, which we have to pay. We haven't got a choice. So I don't want to pay. So we've got 21 gold pieces now. And that was for stabling the horse, but your mare looks well fed and eager to be off again. Before you leave, Barlow hands you a bundle wrapped in an oily rag.
A little something to match up with your sword,
he says. Unwrapping it, you find it is a small shield, a buckler. It is perfectly balanced for use with your sword, and will add 1 point to your skill in combat, which means we will have a skill of 13. If you wish to give Barlow something in return. Guys, if we want this, we have to give him something in return. Do you guys want to have a skill of 13 when we're fighting people? Or should we just go? Should we just leave? What do you want to do? Do you want to give him something? All we've got is a blowpipe. Or money. Offer our body instead. Hey Barlow, how about a night with me, mate, for that shield? You can spend the night with me, mate. I don't think that's going to do. Are we going to give him a provision? So you guys, give him some money. You guys want to do this. You guys want to offer him something in return. Okay. Whatever you give Barlow, cross it off your adventure sheet. It can be anything. So we'll have a shield, but we need to either give him like a meal, some money, or a blowpipe. We could even give him one of these potions we've got 3 bloody potions as well. What do you want to give him, guys? We can either give him some money. If we give him some money, we have to give him half our money. I'm saying. If we give him we can give him a potion. If we give him a meal, we have to give him 2 meals. Just to make it a bit more interesting. So 2 meals, half our money, a potion, or a blowpipe. What do you want to do? I think this one needs to be a group effort, so you guys have a chat about it. You guys talk about it. I feel like this needs to be a group effort. Should we do a poll? Yeah, we'll do a poll. We'll do a poll then. Okay, start a poll. I'll call it payment. So, half of money, 2 meals, 1 potion, under God, for liberty and justice for all. Or the blowpipe. Okay. There you go, guys. Couple of minutes on that. And then we'll see what we're going to do. If it is the potion, I'll just randomly choose one. Because we don't know what they do. How many meals do we have? 5. We haven't eaten a single meal yet. So we got 5 meals. Giving him 2, we still have 3. We have 21 gold pieces, so that would mean giving him like 11 gold pieces. So, what do you want to do? While you guys do that, just gotta read something. Give it a couple of minutes and then we will see what the results are. Yeah, I agree with that comment, mate. 100%. Agree with that. Somebody commented on the post. I put Slaves of the Abyss link out in the Fighting Fantasy and other game books groups, and somebody came and said, and there doesn't seem to be a business model to this. You've set up an abyss at great expense, but then what? Oh, that was hard. Do you know the spitting fly? I don't know what he means by that, but okay. Set up a business model for it. Right, let's end the poll and see who the winner is. So, how many people voted? 7 people voted. And the winner seems to be it's either half of money or 2 meals. That means it's another poll, guys. Bloody hell, come on. Hang on a sec, I'll do this easier. Another poll, guys. Now, I'm going to say, if you voted, because it's split between 2 equal, choose something different. Okay? So if you voted... Oh, I don't know, actually. Choose what you want, to be honest. I ain't putting any rules on this. Here's another poll coming, guys. Since it's tied, give him 1 meal and 1/4 of our gold. That's only fair. Ooh, that's a good shout, actually. 5 gold and 1 meal. Even with 7, it's split. Yeah, 7 people voted, but somebody else voted for something else. We had one person voted for 1 potion, and then the other people voted evenly over half the money or 2 meals. I'm going to end the vote now. That's just a quick vote. Okay. So, there you go. Half the money. Okay. 75-25. So, we've got 10 gold pieces left. And what the hell? Oh, a shield. That was it. We've got a shield now. I won't put that in our backpack because we carry that. Okay. I don't know what number we're on. Oh, shit. Hang on. Here we are. You trudge warily down the route. No, that's not it. Here it is. Whatever you give Barlow, we cross it off, which we've done. Barlow thanks you for your gifts and wishes you good luck in your mission. You wave him off and ride off. Tick off a time box. Only a few to go, guys, before I turn to that first page number. Whatever it may say. You pass through rich cultivated lands, the estates of wealthy nobles of Calamere. Okay. Until you see the welcoming sight of the Rangor Tower up ahead. Tick off another time box. Bloody hell, these are getting ticked. Tickety tick, tickety boo. Damn, an ad slipped through. By Barlow. What? I don't get these references. You spur your horse once more to a gallop. Race through the city gates and along the way of Flint to the palace, where you confront 2 of the palace guards, the only soldiers left in the city. "Stay your business, peasant," one of them grunts. "We have no need of kitchen hands." You step back in astonishment at their impudence. Surely they must know of you. If you insist that you're on a vital mission, we can say that. Or we can just draw a sword and threaten them. Say, "Oi, get out of my way, mate. I got a nasty sword in my hand." What do you want to do, guys? A YouTube ad finally got... What? Spellsinger says, fight him. Bloody hell, he's up for a scrap, isn't he? We draw our sword and threaten the guardsman. The guards are taken aback by this when they find themselves staring at the blade of your sword. They look at each other very briefly, and then one shouts, "Get him!" If you have Sigi's Pomander, we don't have it anymore. That gave us a little G up, by the way. You must fight the guards. Okay, so we're having a fight now. So the first guard has a skill of 7 and a stamina of 8. The second guard has a skill of 6 and a stamina of 7. It says here you have to fight them both together. So at the beginning of each attack round, you'll decide which of the 2 is going to fight you. And then on the second attack round, it's the other one to attack you. You should also roll 2 dice to determine your attack strength against... Hang on, what? You should also roll 2 dice to determine your attack strength against the other guard. Then 2 dice again for his attack. Hang on, this is getting confusing. You have to fight both guards together. At the beginning of each attack round, you must decide which of the 2 you're going to focus your fight on. Resolve the battle against him as normal. You should also roll 2 dice to determine your attack strength against the other guard. Then 2 dice again for his attack strength against you for that attack round. You will not injure him if your attack strength is greater. You will simply parry his blow. If his attack strength is greater than yours, then he will wound you in the normal way. Right, so we fight the first one, and for every round that we fight, we then have to have like a little mini round with the second guy. But we can't injure him if ours is greater. It just means we blocked his blow. He can injure us though. And then we continue the fight with the first dude. Oh, fucking hell, man. This is going to be... Right, okay, so 7... our attack strength is 13, by the way. So he has to minus 6 off his dice roll. This is going to be a quick battle. So... we go first because we attacked. I rolled an 8. The first guard, okay, rolls a 9. But he has to take off 6 points. So he only has 3. We rolled an 8. He loses 5 stamina. So he is on 3 stamina. And then we have to now do the second guard. I rolled a 10. Second guard has a skill of 6. He has to deduct 7 points from his dice roll. We rolled a 10. He rolled a 7. So it was 0. We just parried his blow. Done. Back to the first guard. We roll... Flame, and Aaron's like, see you in 2 weeks, mate. Fucking hell. You really need to get some new dice. Mate, these dice, I think, are as normal as any other dice. It would happen with the new dice just as much as it would happen with that one, I feel. Double ones. All your fault this time. How is it Spellsinger's fault? Seriously, I don't get that at all. How is it his fault? I mean, that was a good one. I did enjoy this, and we lasted almost 2 hours, guys. 1 hour and 49 minutes is what we lasted. Okay, we did a good. That was good. That's, I think, our longest so far. 1 hour and 49 minutes. I actually enjoyed that story. Slaves of the Abyss is actually a good story. Like, kudos, you know. I don't know why it's called Slaves of the Abyss, though. The picture... I have no idea what that picture means. Because it doesn't represent the story one bit. It's not set in space, but that's what the background of that image is. Okay, this dude here, I have no idea who the hell he is. You know, I mean, he looks like the baddie from The Rescuers Down Under. And then you got all these prisons of people. Like, what? I think that was intended for a different book, in all honesty. You missed out the backstory by picking the route you did. What? You miss out the backstory? Do we? Mate. Gary Glitter failed to get his hands on us. Why is it with Gary Glitter, Spellsinger? I really don't understand your Slaves of the Abyss. Oh, right. It tells us a bit about Slaves of the Abyss, does it? Okay. I don't know. But anyway, guys, next time we're going to do... It's going to be Skylord. If I can find it. That's the next one, guys. That'll be the next book we do in 2 weeks' time, which will be the 1st of September. And it will be back to being at noon. Although if you guys prefer 10 a.m., I'm up for that. I just thought noon is easier to remember, but then again, if people in Australia, it's not noon, is it? Maybe we'll stick to 10 a.m. in the future. I don't know. We had a lot more people turn out for 10 a.m. than we did doing it 2 hours later. So like right now, we'd only have just started if I'd have started it at 12. So... see you in 4 weeks. Flamin' Aaron, where are you going, mate? It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 1st of September is in 2 weeks. Are you going somewhere, mate? Prisoner of Time. Yeah. Appreciate your time. No, guys, thank you all for turning up. I really appreciate you. You guys are amazing. You guys are great. You're being facetious. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, in 4 weeks, we're doing the newly released book. Okay? We've got Skylord on the 1st. And then on the 15th, we've got the new Ian Livingstone book. And that's going to be ace. I'm not going to play it when it first arrives. My first time playing it will be with you guys. Okay? And if you want to do the same, feel free. But I bet you can't wait. You won't be able to keep your hands off it, I bet. You know? I can't wait for our new book. And I hope Ian or Steve is working on a follow-up for, you know, a future book. I hope he keeps writing these books. Because we enjoy playing them. We really do. And I want to start the countdown now. But I just want to say thank you all so much for coming. It really does mean a lot that you all turn up and play this. Because I love them. I really do. So let's start the countdown, guys. I'll say, you know, goodbye for now. But it ain't goodbye. I'm still here. Guys. Okay? We're still here. You just, you know... we get to have a little chat, guys. A little chinwag chat. That's all. We just get a little chinwag chat. You have a good time and enjoy yourself. Yeah, I'm going on a boat now. I'm going on a boat. On some sort of adventure. I don't know what it is. John Green. He writes a lot of books under his own for himself, which are in the style of Fighting Fantasy, but not for Fighting Fantasy. Dave Morris was a good one. Oh, I'll tell you who's working on a book, guys. There is a guy working on a book. Halper, is it? Alan Harper, I think his name is. He's working on a book. He's been working on it for about a decade, in all honesty. But he's working it, and it's almost complete. So that will possibly be the next one after Ian's. I bet you in the next couple of years, Alan Harper, or Halpin, Alan Halpin, that's it. He'll bring one out. I know he's working on a book. And I think Dave Morris, I think he still writes them, to be honest. Anyway, whatever you're doing today, tonight, tomorrow, whatever it is, in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon for you, wherever you are, I hope you have a good one. And I shall see you in 2 weeks' time, guys. I love you. Bye.